Hi, my name is David and I'm a fourth-year medical student out here in Michigan. Last month, I had the privilege to travel to Haiti and work alongside other members of the Enoch Choi Foundation. While I wish I could have been at the banquet tonight to personally thank you for your contributions and donations that made our team's efforts a success, I wrote a summary of my experiences that I would like to share with you. I've been a little bit sick the past week, so please bear with me if I have a couple pauses. When news broke of the earthquake devastating Haiti on January 12th of this year, like many others, I found myself glued to the reports of unidentified rotting bodies dumped into mass graves, violence among the desperate for food and water, and chaos resulting from a seemingly impotent international relief effort. Each report filled me with disgust and anger at the injustice of the situation, and an overwhelming sense of duty to humankind drove me to join medical volunteers from the Enoch Choi Foundation in mid-February to serve in and around Port-au-Prince. One of my patients was Charles, a middle-aged Haitian man who was literally brought into the clinic by his friend. Unable to use his legs since sustaining a lower back injury during the earthquake, Charles told me his story of running out of his house as the ground shook, being thrown off his feet, and landing firmly onto his lower back. Since that day 5 weeks ago, he lost his ability to voluntarily urinate or stand, and without access to a wheelchair, became dependent on his friend for mobility. Yet despite the broken, frail state of his malnourished body, his spirit radiated a warmth, hope, and exuberance that ultimately left me struggling with the truth that despite my every desire to help restore this man's body, Charles was 5 weeks past the point of ever standing on his own. I wish I could say this story was an isolated example, but unfortunately, stories like those of Charles were far from unique. During my week in Port-au-Prince, I saw numerous earthquake victims who suffered morbidity that could have been prevented, or at the very least limited, with adequate access to medical care. Acute injuries aside, the majority of my patients hadn't seen a doctor in years, if ever at all, and were unfamiliar with the concept of everyday examinations such as rectal and pelvic exams. With few options available to them, many grew accustomed to living daily with crippling fatigue due to anemia, chest pain due to reflux, and abdominal stress usually due to gastroenteritis or worms. Women presenting with histories of dysuria for months were not all that uncommon, and neither were blood pressures of greater than 200/100 likely responsible for the associated complaints of headaches and blurry vision. Ironically, the joy-filled hearts and profound gratitude expressed by the patients only deepened the sorrow in my heart, for it reminded me that these people suffered because they had no other choice. Long before the earthquake, the people of Haiti were devastated by poverty, their lives victimized by a shortage of medical care and health education. In my eyes, this was a real catastrophe. But despite the tragedy, there is an overwhelming hope and resilience in the Haitian spirit that is inspiring. The earthquake brought the spotlight onto Haiti, and of those who survived, many felt fortunate they had an opportunity to receive medical care. A few spoke of building Port-au-Prince back stronger, and children laughed and played like children, which is remarkable considering that even those suffering amputations and old enough to comprehend the magnitude of the catastrophe witnessed, the sites of their homes, schools, and churches destroyed, the stench of decomposing bodies swarming with flies on the roadside, the deaths of friends and family members. Yes, even these children laughed because in their minds they felt there was no other option. This sentiment was also evident among the adults. While over 9% of those I personally spoke with lost a friend or family member to the earthquake, the countless vendors lining the sidewalks, camaraderie observed among those within the tent cities, and tireless efforts of Haitians working side by side to tear down dilapidated buildings were ubiquitous indicators of a society trying to reestablish itself, a community trying to rebuild, a nation trying to heal. I left Haiti inspired by their spirit and heartbroken by the current conditions. I had grown so accustomed to seeing mountains of rubble and crumbled buildings along the pothole-studded roads of Port-au-Prince that I felt utterly shocked how developed and luxurious Santo Domingo appeared in comparison the night I left Haiti for Dominican Republic. Only a blow of my nose producing a black particulate mixture of rubble dust, car exhaust, and soot from burning debris quickly reminded me that I was not far removed from the devastation. And this is what I fear. Haiti will likely remain a distant memory until January 12, 2011, when news outlets will predictably provide the one-year update. For now, news media crews have packed up and returned back to their home countries, turning off their cameras and microphones, by which most people outside of Haiti remember that there is a devastated country still in tremendous need of resources. And just like the people in Haiti, most people here in the United States will continue to live our lives, only that we will be too busy to remember, too complacent to care about our brothers and sisters in Haiti. And that's why I want to thank you, the donors that made our efforts possible. It is because of you that we were able to show our brothers and sisters in Haiti that we truly cared for them and that we provide a little bit of joy and hope into their lives. I was truly amazed by the courage that they displayed, and I really had a great opportunity there that I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm really excited that the Enoch Choi Foundation will be sending teams every month to continue with the relief efforts, and it is only by your contributions that have made it possible for us to reach the people of Haiti. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy your night tonight. Thank you.